Hello guys and welcome back to the channel. I'm sat here it's about 6:15 and the sun is now coming up over the hills here in Paya. It's going to be a beautiful day. It's the middle of October and it's already quite warm. I'm wearing a long sleeve t-shirt here, but I don't think it's going to last too long, to be honest. Okay, what I wanted to talk about today was visiting the Mukhtar. Because if you're moving across to Cyprus, then you will need to visit the Mukhtar to get a few things signed and stamped. Now the Mukhtar, from what I can understand, he's basically like the local area mayor, if you like. And he's almost like the go-between between you and then like the wider government. And my understanding is that any paperwork or anything that has been signed and stamped by the local Mukhtar means that it's much easier to be accepted and approved by immigration or anything like that, because he's the number one voice basically in the area. And if you're getting residency over here in Cyprus, you need to get the local Mukhtar to sign and stamp your rental agreement, and you also need him to have a cover letter as well, which is just a template that he fills out. So Tamar and I yesterday went to the Mukhtar's office in the morning just to actually try and find where it is here in Paya, but then also to try and book an appointment, because I read online that that's what you needed to do. And when we went there was a sign in his window that said that for proof of residence, he needs to see your rental agreement, a electricity bill in your name, and also an internet bill in your name as well. And this sort of panics me a little bit, because we don't have an internet bill and we won't have one either, because that's all taken care of by our landlord. The only thing we do have is the electricity bill in our name. So we saw on the sign that he was open at 12 o'clock. So we went down there. And I was a bit nervous about this. Out of everything we had to do, I was most nervous about this, because things I've read online that it can be quite awkward to deal with. And also Gwenny's red tape services did tell me that the local Mukhtar in Paya here can be a bit awkward. But we went there and honestly, it was probably the easiest thing we've done. We were in there for less than 5 minutes, I imagine. He took our rental agreement, he took our passport. He gave us this template, which was the cover letter, where we just had to fill in our name, passport numbers, stuff like that. He then made sure the address matched on the rental agreement and the electricity bill. He stamped both. He stapled them together, and he signed both of them. We had to pay him €5, and that was it. And literally, that was the only thing. That was it. So I know that there's all sorts of different conflicting advice and experiences online, and I'm sure people have had a right nightmare as well. But honestly, I feel like if you're over here going through this residency process, if you're just organised and you have everything together, you won't have an issue. We've bought a file where you can, like a plastic file that's got all different sections in it, where an organiser basically, and each one of those is labelled up for the different parts of all of the different information that we need, and I just put everything in there, and I just keep myself organised. And I think that's it. If you go to the local Mukhtar and you don't have the paperwork ready, you haven't really put in the effort to get everything together, then yeah, I can imagine it would be quite frustrating, and I imagine he might be quite frustrated with you as well. Because, I don't know, maybe it's almost like disrespecting the process or something, I don't know. But if you go there, you're organised, you're polite, and, you ask him to do what he needs to do. Bear in mind, he probably does this 50 times a day, I imagine. Then it was really straightforward. So yeah, visiting the local Mukhtar is easier and much smoother than what you read online. 5 minutes, job done. And aside from that, because we were in a good mood after doing that, we went straight to our local bank in Clorica and got our bank statement printed out, got that stamped as well. That cost another €5. So now the only thing we have left to do is get our medical exams, and then we are done. Good news. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. I'd love to know in the comments below if there's anything in particular you would like to know about residency that I could answer, that I've been through myself over the past few weeks. or if you've got any other experiences with regards to dealing with the Mukhtar. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video.